Guys, everyone, I wanted to do one more video. I felt strongly guided to do this video because it's a very important, if not the be-all and end-all of why some of us attract narcissists, overt, covert and everything in between, or just toxic, selfish people. Okay, there is a reason for it, and it all stems in many ways, for many of us, from childhood. When you are raised by a narcissist parent or parents, when you're used to narcissistic abuse in childhood, it could even be your siblings, or in a greater sense, like uncles, aunties, whatever, somehow. But especially parents, I find, you are literally being groomed to be a food source. You are being groomed to be the enabler of the narcissist. Because as a child, you are literally powerless. You are literally with your back against the wall. You are being groomed, you are being raised for the slaughter in a cult environment, which is a mirror of society and the system, right? It just is, it really, really is. So you are being groomed to acquiesce with the narcissist. Because if you do not acquiesce with them, capitulate to them, agree with them, support them, say that yes, you are right, your behavior is correct, you are good, you are beautiful, you are amazing. When you don't do that, you're a child, all hell will break loose. You won't. It can be. Hell will break loose in a variety of different ways. I mean, some of it is very extreme, where they kick the shit out of you, beat the shit out of you, physically abuse you, don't give you any food, that sort of thing. Or they give you the silent treatment. My mother was very good at that. She would perpetually, because I, as a child, inevitably, when you've been narcissistically abused as a child, your childhood will be a bit of a blur, right? As you heal, you'll begin to remember more, and then that in and of itself, that's part of the healing process. Just a minute. Okay, just a second, guys. Okay. But it's a bit of a blur, and that's difficult as well. But you begin to remember more and more. And my mother used to perpetually wander around with a kind of look on her face, like I call it the Nancy Reagan look, because it's like perpetually sort of slightly surprised but disdainful, kind of like. She used to do that a lot with her eyebrows, and she was obsessed with cleaning, and it was all very. My mother was a very, very, looking back on it, I didn't know this as a child because I was in survival mode. I was in fight or flight or fawn mode. I'll get to this in a minute, but my mother was a very strange, very bizarre person, and looking back I can see that now, and I can feel that now, and it's pretty scary shit. Fawn, flight, where are you going to run to when you're a child? You ain't got nowhere to go. You cannot look after yourself when you're 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? I left home when I was 13. And I was barely able to look after myself because I was a fucking mess. But when you're 5, 6, 7, you ain't going to go anywhere. Where are you going to go? And let's not forget that back in the 70s and the 80s, and even today, the systems in place to support you, help you, are minimal, and in and of themselves, being part of the panopticon, evil. You highly likely to end up in even worse trouble. There's pedophilia, there's all kinds of, there's organ harvesting, there's all kinds of really dark shit. So, right, you end up doing this. Flight, impossible. Fright, yeah, fear, terrible, nervous system, all that shit. And there is an inherent need for safety and an inherent need for belonging and an inherent need for love and an inherent need for goodness, because you're a being of light, you're a shining one. This is happening to you because you're different. You're a shining one. This is happening to you because you have way more of the fair share of loving, compassionate, kind, tender-hearted energy. That is who and what you are, and that is why this is happening to you. This is why you're being targeted. This is why you're having the childhood that you're having, I feel, because you are special. See? And the narcissist will say, oh, well, there you go, you're a narcissist because you think you're special. You can't win with these motherfuckers, right? Anyway, so you form, to get back to topic, you form, you enable, you become the enabler, you become the food source, you become the battery, you are groomed to live with these dreadful, horrible emotions and energies of oppression and duress, of feeling confused, abused, uncertain, unsafe. You will do anything. You will find ways to cope. You will find ways to survive in a, I'd say, almost unsurvivable, miasmatic, dark, twisted, fucked up place. It's truly horrifying. It's truly horrifying, you know, and there are people who don't go through that. There are people who are loved, who are cared for, who do receive what they need to an extent. I don't think anybody's childhood is perfect at all. It wouldn't be in this world. But those of us that I call the shining ones, we are especially targeted because evil, it knows we are the enemy, but it wants our, hold on a minute people, what is going on here then? Oh, right. It wants our energy, yeah? Oh man, it truly is something amazing here. It wants our loosh. Yeah, that's just the way it is. So we are groomed and we are set up to be enablers, all right? Because you're a child, you have to do what you have to do to survive. You become used to feeling like shit all the time. You don't feel good. You don't have emotions of goodness. What do you think that's going to do to you in your subsequent adulthood? You're not going to be able to form healthy relationships with people that respect you, that see you, that feel you. No, you can't. You are going to form relationships with narcissists, with abusers. That is par for the fucking course. You've been groomed to do so. And that is the hell contagion energy. That is this world. That is the beast system. You are feeding it because you've been groomed, made to be a battery to it, because you are one of these, you know, you get batteries that you get for, I don't know, $2.70, and they're not very good batteries, but then you get these really expensive batteries and they're like super batteries, and that's what we are, shining ones. We're super batteries, and we feed this, enable this until we heal it. And the healing is a process, and layer by layer by layer. And every layer, because it's like a spiral, so you revisit the same shit over and over again, but on a higher level, with more insight, spirit eyes. You recognize, you see, you know. It's like, whoa. Because, so what sort of individual would attract narcissists? What is a shining one? High capacity for empathy and compassion, way higher than the ordinary people around you, way higher. You will know from when you were little that you're different. You know this, you know it intrinsically, you can feel it. Your capacity for feeling, for compassion is big. It's very, very big, fathomless. It's why most likely you spent your childhood feeling really out of sorts, when you see suffering, it will affect you a hell of a lot, and you will be told over and over again that, oh, you're just so sensitive, you're just too sensitive. You'll be told that it's bad, that you are bad, that you are malfunctioning somehow for feeling the way that you do and for being really sensitive. That's gaslighting, right? The people around you will not be that way. Yeah, they will have some of that, but not a lot at all. You are highly compassionate, highly empathetic, you're very, very caring, you're very, very sensitive, you're tender-hearted, you're probably creative, you have good ideas, you're smart, you have insights, you get it, you make the right connections, all of that sort of thing. And you're different. Ordinary people, not to say nothing of the NPCs, they're just software programs. They're not capable of anything, and they aren't anything, but they can be downloaded into Ergo the Agent, Smith syndrome and whatnot. But ordinary people, salt people that we refer to as normies, they simply do not operate on that level and are not as yet capable of what we are capable of, and so they are allowed slightly better lives. You are surrounded by people that are in varying states of decay, and you look at them, but then you work out that, oh, you're a narcissist. It's all very crafty, very clever, because it's like saying, well, look, other people are really suffering as well. Yeah, but those people are not like me. They haven't done with their suffering what I've done with mine. It's... The reason that we attract narcissists, it's because we provide almost like a safe place for them, because we, in our eagerness to find connection, communion, belonging, safety, goodness, well-being, love, are willing to blindside. We're willing to be forgiving. We're willing to attribute toxic, evil behavior to woundedness, which it is in many ways, but that doesn't make it okay. So in other words, we learn to tolerate it, forgive it, put up with it, enable it. That's it. That's what we do until we don't. And it takes, you do it on that level and you stop doing it on that level. So you move up to a high level, you do it on a high level and you stop doing it there, and so forth and so on. Heal, heal, heal through the layer. You stop enabling it. You stop enabling it. But for the longest time you do enable it. And ordinary people, normies, out there in the system, in the world, in the varying different positions that is the system, haven't got a fucking clue what they're dealing with at all. They haven't got a fucking clue that, oh, my friends are narcs. They have not got the wherewithal to work it out, I don't think. They can awaken a bit to this, that and the other and work out that, oh, the government is not my friend. And whatnot, but it's like with this assassination of that guy whose last name just happens to be Kirk, which is Scottish for church, which is all very AI and very weird and whatnot, but so they all fall for that sort of thing, you know what I mean? And it's like, and they give it all their louche, oh, give compassion, oh, it's so terrible, you know. We, on the other hand, we see through that bullshit. We're sharp, we're smart, we're highly intuitive, highly empathic, highly empathetic, compassionate, tender-hearted, loving, kind, forgiving, oh my God. And we're guilt-ridden, and it's that guilt that cements this evil pact that makes us the enablers that we have been in so many ways. Oh, you're the narcissist, oh, you're bad. You need to forgive them and just put up with it and go back to them, because they when you unmask them, they invariably, because they're very good, they're very slippery and like, you know, oh, it's this and oh, it's that and ooh and ah, and you think, oh yeah, obviously I was wrong, I made a mistake, oh God, I'm so sorry I got it wrong, I'm so sorry I hurt you. So there you are, back into the entanglement with this creature, and it will just happen again, you see. And then, oh, okay, it's you learn by discovery. It's painful, it's fucking painful, but at the same time I feel it's a healing covenant. I really, really do. I do, because it shows you the truth. It shows us the truth, right? And the truth shall set us free. Love is truth, first and foremost, yes. Love says we need to learn to discern. We need to see what has been done here and why. Why do we attract narcissists? Right? Why? Because you're there making excuses for them. Oh, it's not their fault. It's not their fault. They're not really a narcissist. I don't want them to be a narcissist. I want to believe they're good people. I want safety. I want love. I want belonging. We're so bereft, you see. We're in so much pain because we live in a world where love, communion, belonging, goodness, creativity, flow it's gone. The little that was there before the psyop, it's like I'm looking at it now, and it's September, and it's raining, and it's grey, dirty yellow. There's no colour. What the fuck has happened to the world? What the fuck has happened to the world? It's all part and parcel of the same thing. All of it. All of it. And we're getting ready more and more and more to stop making excuses, to stop letting them off the hook, to stop pretending it's something that it isn't, right? The world out there as well, in small pockets, maybe bigger pockets, I can't say for sure, but they are waking up, those people, that this ain't right. They had to really be put to the test in many ways, right? And they're still being had and misled in every imaginable way, and it's like, oh, we want civil war, they want this, they want that, you know. This is what evil does at the end, because I don't think it will win. I don't think it can, because it's no longer covert, it's now overt. It's showing its hands, it's throwing down the gauntlet, and that's sort of the end. But it will still go on for quite a while, because some people will just, you know, they just, it's so difficult to accept, it's so painful to accept. But that's just putting it in a mundane sense, and I'm not sure it works that way for us. I think we're engineers. I think we are sleeper cells and engineers, and when sleeper cells awaken and start to function in their expertise, we know, we get it. Okay, this is what happens here. This is how we are being turned into batteries. This is how we are being turned into the enablers. This is how we learn to hold space for this narcissistic evil, this distortion, by, oh, it's not their fault. It isn't their fault, right? It's about free will, but it's free will is a very loose term, because what's been happening here is the subjugation and the manipulation of free will. But it's in that book by Scott Peck, Glimpses of the Devil, and that he talks about the fact that people, invariably in early childhood, there is a covenant with evil, and I believe that that's sort of what happens. And again, I'm not saying that it's straightforward, as in they're fully aware of what they're doing, etc. I don't know. I'm not a narcissist, so I can't say. I do know that in the past, where my behavior has been questionable, and I've been aware of it being questionable, oh yeah, but I've felt incapable of correcting in specific places and specific times that I remember, and then I have become capable of correcting, but it has been extremely difficult, and there's been a lot of resistance, and then other shit happens, time goes by, and I have been able to correct it, heal it, and then you meet it in a different way, on a different level, and that is how healing takes place. And it's difficult, and it's hard work, and it's convoluted, but yeah. It's difficult for shining ones, for super souls, for soul travelers to develop that toughness that sets powerful boundaries, that recognizes and honors self. My feelings tell me something is wrong here. This is feeling shitty. There has to be an innate knowing and an innate recognition that it feels that way, because it is shitty and it is bad and it needs to be acknowledged and then severed. Instead of, oh, I feel bad. This person is making me feel bad, and that is making me feel guilty. I should not feel bad. The narcissist is treating me like shit, and that's making me feel bad, but that means I'm a narcissist. Or I feel guilty because I feel this person is a narcissist. And then you start to feel guilty, so then you second guess yourself. No, I'm wrong. I shouldn't be feeling that way. That means I'm a bad person. It's not a narcissist I'm dealing with. This person is wounded, and I should stay in touch with them, I should stay entangled with them, and I should keep putting up with their abuse and their bullshit and their gaslighting nonsense, because that's what a good person does. And I've been groomed to be an enabler, so that is what I need to do. And so I say, feel the guilt, acknowledge it for what it is, a manipulation tactic, and say enough is enough and call it a day. Right. Short video. I will make more videos on this topic because it is so big and it is so important, because it isn't just about personal relationships, it's about the whole thing that we laughingly refer to as reality, the beast system that has infected this world, that has done to it what it has done to it, that we can see and feel and know. Right? Inner, outer, the whole thing. Peace.